All right, welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to show you my TRICARU team I built on my alt. I just finished it yesterday, and it already works perfectly, which is kind of great. It's not like the one on my main, where I had an insane amount of runes just readily available, and I could do pretty much whatever I wanted. This one, I had to work on it for several days, trying to get the rune requirement where it needed to be. So it's going in the background. I'm going to show you kind of what I did. So the first issue I had is my glory towers. I've kind of focused on a little bit of everything. So my defense tower is only at level 8. So I'm missing 4% defense, and that has to be compensated for in all my Icarus. You'll notice I'm missing some fire damage, some water damage, missing a little bit of HP, a little bit of speed. So that's a bit of an issue I had building them. Here are the Icarus. 1, 2, 3. The first one I put on guard, which that's what I've got there. And the main challenge that I had was getting the defense all the way up, and so I had to find these defense runes with flat defense. So you can see all three of them have that. Two kind of artifacts. This one I actually didn't have to power up all the way, because this is my highest defense Ikaru from runes, probably because of the guard set. So yeah, 36 accuracy with a accuracy artifact, 9%, so it's really at 45%. You want, I think, 55-ish? Somewhere in there. Maybe it's 65. Somewhere like that. But this is close enough. They're going to attack so many times that, you know, if you have a decent amount of accuracy, you're probably going to land stuff. All right, here's Ikaru number 2. This one has 53 accuracy. I think it's the most accuracy. It's on Swift. I want to try to get one on Swift to be fast, but it's still only plus 43. It's my fastest one, though, at plus 43. These I did have to max, and then here's my Swift runes. You'll notice the flat defense. This one didn't have flat defense, but it had a crazy ton of accuracy, and so I was like, maybe I'll pull a flat defense gem, but I didn't. I was just able to make it work because I have this crazy rune. This was an ancient rune I pulled while I was farming TRICARU, and it quad-rolled defense percentage. So that was a big help. I had to kind of switch runes around constantly to try to get things where I needed them to be. And then that's my other rune there. This one is just accuracy and speed. But I didn't even have to max this one to achieve the needed defense. I thought I would have to, but I didn't. Mana was a big issue for me building this team. I basically was broke all the time. Farming giants to sell runes to try to power up artifacts and runes and stuff to make the TRICARU work. All right, here's the third TRICARU of the TRICARU team. There's the artifacts. Nothing great. I also lucked out in that I pulled this one defense percentage determination rune, and it rolled into flat defense. So I was like, yes. The only slot you can put anything you want on is slot 1, because you can't get defense on slot 1. So you can put any old junk determination rune on slot 1, and then if you have a defense percentage determination rune, you put it on whatever slot it's on, 2 or whatever. I had another option that was a slot 5 with only 20% defense for determination, but it wasn't enough. It would help my team, but not a lot. So I was really lucky to pull that with the flat defense. So here are the runes. This was another really lucky pull, which is weird, but it rolled twice into flat defense for a rare. So it's like a good flat defense. I mean, I'll use this here forever because it's just so much flat defense. But other than that, you know, normally be disappointed to get 6 speed and roll flat defense twice. But for me, I was like, yes, that's exactly what I needed. So here's the team. You need, every slot's important, right? Slot 2, 4, and 6 needs to be defense percentage with flat defense. And then after that, as much accuracy as you can get. And then speed is your next little stat for your beginner TRICARU team, right? Then slot 3 and 5 are your next most important. You just need a ton of defense percentage on both. This one has defense percentage and flat defense, which is nice. And it comes with accuracy, which I'm like, yes, that's perfect. So again, defense percentage, accuracy, doesn't have flat defense. I don't know that I would put flat defense over resist at this point, since now I can meet the requirements. But if I was stretching for it, I probably would and then replace it again later. This rune will have some use somewhere, just because it's a quad roll. It's maybe the only quad roll in this account. So yeah. And then here's my best little Swift defense percentage rune. It's just 34 grinded. You probably need, well, I would say you almost have to be able to raid to build TRICARU. It's just impossible to get the stats without being able to grind. All right, and then here's this one again, a little more detail. Here's the slots. 2, accuracy, flat defense. 4, flat defense, a little bit of accuracy, a little bit of HP. And then again, a big old thing of flat defense, speed, no accuracy. I could probably put accuracy over the flat HP. I might do that if I get a chance to. And then I had a decent guard. A 22 is not a lot, but this one's pretty good. And then if you think of 22 plus 15, it's really, 37, which is really, really great. Just using that slot 1 for the other bit of the guard thing. So those are the 3. All right, then here's the verd. This is the best verd I can make. I tried Fatal, I tried Rage, I didn't have either available. I had done everything I could on my first Fatal set on my Bailiger for my BGR5 team. So this is the next best thing. And it's just broken. It's just flat broken. As much damage as I can get on 100% crit. So here are the runes. Little room to grow. One thing I did is I gemmed and grinded all the runes for survivability so that he can survive. This is a really nice roll for me. If I can find one more fight rune, this guy gets an upgrade. So, pretty nice runes in general. And then these are the artifacts I've got so far. This one's pretty good. 8% damage when attacking together. Skill 1 crit damage plus 5. And the additional damage by defense. He doesn't have a ton of defense, but a little additional damage. It's still damage related. All three are damage related. This one, damage dealt by counterattack. Totally wasted on this. So all it's got is damage dealt on fire and damage dealt by 4% of attack. So I need to take these to plus 12 and then ideally replace them with something with attack percentage because he's got enough survivability as is. All right, let's go back and see how we're doing. Yep, we're just bebopping along. And once the team was online, I was able to stop spending mana, and I'm hoping to build up mana. You can see I'm almost up to 1 million again, which I was never above like 200k before, just because I was using it all for everything. Accuracy, so that's not great. My violent runes on my alt are so bad that I'm keeping like everything, because everything's an upgrade in some way. So like, I'll show you. So here's my speed. My most speed is 20 grinded, and then it goes to 12. 12 ungrinded. Slot 6, 14 on a terrible rune is my best. Slot 1, 22 grinded, 17 grinded, 16. That's actually not bad for me, and then we get into that. Not that this matters, but slot 3, 24 grinded, pretty good. Then we get into not very good, and then slot 4, there's my one good rune. Yes. And then we kind of fall off real fast, real quick. So this account is hurting for violent runes in the worst way. And it's got units that thrive on violent runes. So I'm really excited to be able to run TRICARU into the ground. I'm enjoying playing my alt a lot more lately. There's new challenges, you know, like being constantly outruned in RTA. I'm not constantly outruned in RTA on my main, just against like C1 or G1, G2. You can see my best time is 110. My time for this run was 114. So the time's really good. My main's running about 59, 58, and I think I could speed it up by switching the Verd to more damage, but I like him a little tankier. So time-wise, I mean, this is super, super great. Let's see, I'll look at my profile. So you can see my best Giants is 109, and that was kind of a fluke. It was not a safe, consistent. My safe Giants was like 145. But my best Dragons is 110, my best Necro is 120, same with TRICARU, and my Punisher Crypt is 134. I have not attempted Steel Fortress since I made the TRICARU, but the account is old-ish, but I don't play it very much. I mean, you can see my TOA hard cleared 76, best arena finish, not even C1, World Arena, not even C1, Special League, you know. World Boss double S, that's kind of where this account's at, and it can run TRICARU just fine. So I've got 29,000 crystals. I'm going to use them all on Dragons and see if I can't get some nice violent sets. I only need like 4 violent sets, you know, which is 24 total runes. I need to find 24, like, well, that's not even true, right? Because I only need 4 runes per. I need 16 perfect violent runes. 16, which, you know, that's everyone's goal for the entire game. But the beauty of this account is it's so efficient unit-wise for RTA. You just take Yanhong every time. You take Han every time, and it might not be the perfect comp, but it's good enough. And if they can be runed well, I don't have to be as spread out on my runes. I can be very focused on those two, and then just a couple other things, like Sierra, probably every time. Hathor, almost every time. I just pulled Ganymede, of course I did. So some options there. We've got Vigor. So that's my plan. I want to rune this thing up, and I think I can get C1. I've got the units for it. I can't complain about units. It's just runes and towers. So that's my plan. If you're looking into TRICARU, get your BJ5 team online first. BJR5 for quite a bit. Get some defense grinds, and then grind out your defenses. Until you have, you know, 3 solid slot 3, slot 5s, you can't really do it. But once you do, then you're good. You know, you can go ahead and farm the Icarus if you want, and yeah, you'll be ready to go. So just thought I'd share it. A little bit of a different perspective from my mains TRICARU. As soon as I got it on my main, I was like, oh, I got to do it on my alt. My alt needs violent runes like crazy. My main at least has some. but my alt's dying for Violent Runes. So pretty happy with it. I'm going to run it 24/7 and hopefully get some upgrades. So I hope that was interesting and helpful for y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.